Delivering his inaugural address, Governor Willie Obiano declared, "The time has come to prove to ourselves that the entrepreneurial spirit for which our people are known all over the world can take firm roots at home. That together as one, we can be masters of our own house." 7 years after, the entire landscape of Anambra State speaks in loud affirmation that this great state has made a quick transition from paradise lost to paradise regained. How did he do it? The answer is simple. He came with an economic blueprint which clearly defines his conceptual and operational approaches to governance.
I came very prepared. I came with a very clear vision for Anambra. I want Anambra to be first choice investment destination and a hub for economic and commercial activity. The mission is very clear in my mind, and that's why we go to work every day, to create a socially stable, business-friendly environment where indigenes and non-indigenes alike will have opportunity for wealth creation. It is this vision and mission that we put together to get our blueprint. And from our blueprint, we now developed 14 enablers and 6 pillars. And these pillars are agriculture, trade and commerce, oil and gas, industrialization, logistics, and creative economy. Enablers are enablers because they are not an end in themselves. They are a means to an end. Security is number one enabler. Without security, you're not going to achieve anything. And you can see because of the seriousness we have attached to it, we put our mouth where our money is. I've invested millions of naira into security. So we remain strong on security, and I can assure you that that will go a long way in helping us deliver on the high GDP, on shelter, on jobs, on social responsibility, on increased food production, on capital inflow, on modernizations, and on their exports.
Long before he was sworn in as the governor of Anambra State, Chief Willie Obiano knew that his administration would not make any reasonable impact if he failed to fix the decades-old insecurity challenges of the state. So he rolled up his sleeves and went to work. He made history barely 3 weeks in office when he became the first governor in Nigeria to convene an international security conference. He followed the international conference with a regional security conference which attracted the 5 states of the Southeast plus Delta State. His decision to host a regional security conference came from his belief that insecurity is not a challenge that should be tackled in isolation, but as an economic bloc. As it turned out, his handling of security has become a landmark response to the challenges of insecurity in Nigeria and beyond, while his security architecture has become the most critically acclaimed security manual in West and Central Africa. As would be expected, he has won an avalanche of awards and commendations. The most prominent of these is Nigeria's Best Governor in Supporting Security Architecture, conferred on him by the Nigeria Police Force. The second one is the Security Icon in Governance in West and Central Africa, conferred on him by the group known as Security Watch Africa.
Before Willie Obiano, traditional wedding, that is tradition, have been celebrated in Lagos. Some people even celebrate it abroad because of insecurity. Then, people like us, we are moving with about 4 heroes. We all know this. It's not about politics. I'm saying this on what he did in Anambra State. I'm not saying it because he's my friend. Of course, I can't deny him that he's my friend. I know him before he became governor of Anambra State. I know the human being, what he can do. It's not based on politics. It's based on what I know. So in the terms of security, which I now happen to be the chairman of Security Trust Fund today, I also know his contribution to create it, because he wants, after his administration, the security management will continue and live after his administration. That is a very good thinking.
The direct result of being the nation's safest state is that for the first time in its entire history, the National Bureau of Statistics reports that Anambra State attracted foreign investments valued at $10.2 million and New Anambra has indeed begun. From time immemorial, Anambra State has been known as a center for commerce and trade. But Governor Willie Obiano has changed that perception for good. The question people ask is, how did he do it? Well, he rolled out a superb economic blueprint that made agriculture the top priority of his administration. He set up a research team of agronomists to determine which crop would grow better in which location. He also established what he called a land bank committee, which negotiated and bought land from different communities for industrial and agricultural use. Then he signed up partnership arrangements with big-time agro investors like Koscharis Farms, Josan Agro Limited, Linden Farms, Chelsea Farms, Excel Farms, Eagle Farms, and Grains and Silos Limited to go into modern farming in Anambra State. The story of Anambra State changed when these investors moved in with big money, big ideas, and big machineries for agriculture. The result has been amazing. The state rice production output shot up from 80,000 metric tons per annum to 440,000 metric tons in 2020. Plans are on the way to increase the volume to 525,000 metric tons in the 2021 planting season. Likewise, cassava production increased from 275,832 metric tons in 2014 to 2,060,687 metric tons in 2020. Maize production rose from 15,902 metric tons in 2015 to 63,255 metric tons in 2020. And vegetable production increased from 48,032 metric tons in 2015 to 321,600 metric tons in 2020. Land utilization has also increased in the period under review and stands at over 95,109 hectares due to the influx of more investors into farming. Under Obiano, Anambra boasts of over 160,000 farmers and 3,000 cooperative societies that are duly registered with the Ministry of Agriculture. And perhaps more importantly, most of the farmers have made a swift transition from one-season farming to year-round farming with the increasing use of irrigation and the adoption of global best practices in agriculture. Indeed, the results of the heavy investments in agriculture in Anambra State are highly impressive. The fully automated Koscharis rice mill at Ibariam produces 40,000 metric tons of rice per year. Stein Industries Limited, which operates from Amici in Nnewi South local government, has created what is now famously known as the Anambra Rice brand from rice paddies produced in Anambra State. Linden Integrated Poultry Farms is currently the largest poultry farm in southern Nigeria, with a facility that can hold over 90,000 birds. Meanwhile, Eagle Farms in Umuchu and Wonder Farms in Umunze are blazing a trail in the commercial rearing of Efibo, the West African dwarf cows. An Oka-based company known as Graphil Nigeria Limited has been exporting vegetables from Anambra to the US for quite some time now. Indeed, Anambra State has become the state with the most modern integrated agricultural value chain in Nigeria, with a clear process flow from the farms to the processing factories and finally to the export markets. A direct result of these efforts has been a drastic fall in unemployment, the emergence of many Anambra agricultural produce brands, and increased food self-sufficiency.
I personally believe that the farm of the future must fulfill three important promises. It must feed the people, it must protect the environment, and it must offer a healthy return on investment.
Right from when he took the oath of office Governor Willie Obiano of Anambra State had declared that in the area of road construction, his administration would build essentially roads and bridges that would have serious economic value.
I'm trying to do roads that move into the food producing areas so that these foods can be evacuated, and that will open up activities in those areas for the community, and so it's a way to go. So most of my roads are going to specific areas. It's also going to earmarked areas for housing.
By that, he meant that he would focus more on building roads and bridges that would lead to industrial clusters, agricultural belts, educational institutions, the oil fields, and commercial centers. Governor Obiano had also emphasized that his personal yardstick for measuring excellence in road construction would not be based on the calculation of the number of kilometers of road built, but in terms of the impact made by a particular road on the lives of the people it was constructed to serve. The three iconic flyovers that dot the landscape of Awka and Amobia were built to absorb the steadily increasing volume of traffic in the capital city and to accentuate the aesthetic appeal of the city to visitors. Today, the flyovers have become important landmarks in southeast Nigeria.
At least you're coming into Okana, you have a feeling that you are coming into a city of a state, the capital of a state, unlike what we used to see. And it gives people some confidence, at least that something is happening.
Similarly, the 280 meters long Aguleri-Rotu Bridge was constructed to open access to the oil fields of Anambra State. Today, the bridge is widely regarded as the longest bridge in southeast Nigeria. In much the same way, the Nengu River Bridge was built to serve as an alternative bypass that diverts traffic from the Onitsha-Enugu Expressway. On the other hand, the Umueje Bridge offers a shorter and more direct access to the oil fields of Aguleri-Rotu through the northern flank. It also opens easy access to the multi-billion naira Chelsea farms located in the area. The Iyora Bridge, Ebeneba Mansi Bridge, Kisa River Bridge, Okuzu Abu Benando Bridge, the Ezura Umomaku Enugu Monya Bridge, as well as the Ndikelion Awa Ufuma bridges, were all constructed to open up areas hitherto cut off from the rest of the state by different rivers, creeks, and streams, and bring them to the collective table of development so that no part of Anambra State is left behind. In all, Governor Obiano has 85 completed and ongoing road projects in Anambra North Senatorial Zone, 72 completed and ongoing roads in Anambra Central Senatorial Zone, and 53 completed and ongoing roads in Anambra South.
And if you see what he's doing, taking the road to the oil fields, taking the road to Onono. Onono is where we have the Ogu, the hub of the Ogu, where we plant the Ogu. The road we are doing in Ogu and Ocha, that's the food bank of the Obarus. The road we are doing in there, with the internal road we do because of the industries. 10 number road we are doing on Onitsha because of Onitsha, economic, commercial value of Onitsha. So the essence of the road His Excellency is doing is not because he wants to do roads or counting roads in kilometers or the cost. The important is that how does it positively impact on the life of Anambra. His Excellency has taken roads to no-go areas, places in Anambra that have never seen tarred roads. He's taking this road to Aguleri-Rotu. We are taking a road to Nzam. It's about 8-something kilometers from Miata, and it's all swamp. Onono is all swamp. Oguanochi is all swamp.
No one who has closely observed developments in Anambra State will doubt that the Willie Obiano administration has taken education to an enviable height. Under his watch, Anambra has recorded the most impressive feats in education by any state in Nigeria. For instance, in 2018, 5 girls from Regina Pashi Secondary School, Onitsha, won the gold medal at the World Technovation Championship at the Silicon Valley in USA. The girls defeated the US, China, Spain, Turkey, and Uzbekistan to clinch the laurel. This rare feat which has never been attained by schoolgirls from Black Africa, has shown that a silent revolution is going on in the educational sector of Anambra State under Obiano. The bronze medal, won by 4 boys from St. John's Science and Technical College, Alo, in March 2019 at the International Festival of Engineering, Science and Technology, IFEST, in Tunisia, has further confirmed that a revolution is afoot in the educational sector of Anambra State. The robust motivation given to school teachers in Anambra State under Obiano has put Anambra teachers up for national honors and awards for exemplary performance. This is not entirely strange. In 2015, Governor Obiano had sent 28 teachers on offshore training in Singapore, where they gained exposure and first-hand knowledge in global best practices. Not many governors in modern Nigeria have shown such impressive foresight or thought of the critical role of teachers in nation building. The Singapore training was not a one-off experience. Anambra teachers have also been exposed to quality trainings in the US and the United Arab Emirates, Dubai. No wonder then why in 2019, 4 Anambra teachers won different awards at the Presidential Teachers Award held in Abuja. Anambra was the only state that went home with 4 awards at the event. So far, the administration has recruited 1,000 new teachers to strengthen the teaching staff of both primary and secondary schools across the state and build hostels with a capacity to shelter 700 students in 12 technical colleges in the state. The administration has also been consistent in providing funds to both public and mission schools. In tertiary education, the administration worked assiduously for the accreditation of the College of Medicine of the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University and ensure the eventual graduation of the school's first set of medical students after 10 years of waiting. Not only that, the Obiano administration also made sure that the pioneer set of medical doctors that graduated from Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University were given automatic employment by the state government to make up for the unduly long time they spent waiting for their college to be accredited. Under Governor Obiano, healthcare delivery in Anambra State has witnessed a silent revolution from primary healthcare to secondary and finally tertiary healthcare. Governor Obiano has left indelible marks in the healthcare sector.
Since my administration came to power, maternal mortality rate dropped 100,000 from 274 to about 93 now, and we want to make it 0. And the infant mortality rate dropped from 197 to 64 now. We want to make it 0.
One of Obiano's most enduring legacies is the Anambra State Healthcare Insurance Agency, ASHA, which has ignited a revolution in the healthcare sector. ASHA has brought quality Medicare services closer to people who would have found it impossible to pay for excellent medical attention. With the payment of the paltry sum of 12,000 naira per annum, residents of the state will become entitled to medical attention from the best hospitals in the state for issues ranging from something as simple as treating a mere headache to grave medical concerns as major surgeries. Sincerely, ASHA is a game changer.
I really appreciate the initiator of this program. And I said that God will bless the person that initiated it. You're doing too complicated operation. You know outside how much you will spend. And I thank God everything was successful. This boy came out.
The second milestone of the Obiano administration in the healthcare sector is the establishment of the Anambra State Primary Healthcare Agency. This agency has the mandate to take healthcare services to the rural areas, electoral wards, and other subdivisions in the society.
It is on record that this administration achieved the primary healthcare under one roof. This has led to a lot of positive changes in the State Primary Healthcare Development Agency. Primary healthcare centers that have been refurbished and rehabilitated, 63 of them across the 3 senatorial zones. And we also saw novel things go into these primary care centers, like the KK ambulances, which other states have come to copy from us. And what this has done for us is to bring healthcare services down to the grassroots. So now we can boast of having at least one functional primary healthcare center per political ward across the state.
To ensure that no part of Anambra State is completely cut off from the revolutionary healthcare programs in the state, Governor Obiano had also floated 26 water ambulances that crisscross the riverine communities in the state, delivering medical supplies and offering succor to the sick in times of emergency. Another major milestone is the Immaculate Heart Multi-Specialist Hospital Aguleri. This hospital is Obiano's joker in the area of secondary healthcare services. It is equipped with the most modern medical facilities and compares very well with hospitals in the advanced countries of the world. The hospital is a big legacy and a great indication that Governor Obiano truly cares about the health of Anambra. In much the same way, the Anambra oxygen plant built by Governor Obiano is a visionary investment that has turned prophetic. The plant, which was commissioned in 2019, has become one of the major weapons against the onslaught of COVID-19, as it supplies free oxygen to hospitals where COVID-19 patients are treated. Indeed, under Obiano, Anambra is known to have mounted a fierce battle against the pandemic, taking proactive steps that halted the rapid spread of the virus among the population. The Anambra Protective Care Centers for COVID-19 patients were rated as some of the best in the country. Similarly, the community response championed by the Obiano administration had led to the display of uncommon communal spirit, which saw many illustrious citizens donating cash and other palliatives to vulnerable populations to cushion the economic impact of the pandemic.
Anambra State says, thank you, Dr. Willie Obiano, for being that governor who saw tomorrow and prepared us to battle this pandemic of a lifetime.
Indeed, Governor Willie Obiano will go down in history as a political leader who bent over backwards to make quality healthcare services easy and accessible to his people. Of all Governor Willie Obiano's brilliant initiatives, the Light Up Anambra campaign stands out as the most dazzling, both literally and figuratively. This is because the campaign has turned much of Anambra State into a magnificent ball of light, which glows like a new planet at night. It is hard to understand the transformative power of blinding street lights in highways, alleyways, business districts, residential estates, and even the red light districts of a very active state as Anambra. The initiative simply unties the active population of the state from the bondage of fear created by the usual darkness that rules the night and hands over to them a new power to dream. It has created a 24-hour economy in Anambra State and recalibrated social life in the cities, especially in Awka, the state capital. One of the most enduring legacies of the Obiano administration is the highly innovative 20 million naira Community Choose Your Project initiative. This initiative has been described as revolutionary by many development experts and widely adopted as a fantastic rural development model. It places emphasis on empowering the grassroots by giving the people a chance to choose what is best for them according to the priority of each community. It is a quintessential bottom-up approach to rural development that has never been tried anywhere else. Under this scheme, 182 communities in Anambra State were given a chance to feel the direct presence of government in their localities. Indeed, Obiano's 20 million naira Community Choose Your Project initiative represents a complete paradigm shift in rural development in West Africa. It is the only government policy that places the responsibility of taking the critical decision of what project would impact the people more intimately in the hands of the ultimate beneficiaries. When a leader meets the expectations of his people, he builds a monument in their hearts. No one in Anambra State can deny that Governor Willie Obiano has erected monuments in the hearts of the people and that history will be kind to him. Interestingly, with less than 6 months left in his glorious 8 years of excellent service to Anambra, the verdict of history has started pouring in already. No keen observer of the tremendous rise in the fortunes of Anambra State under Obiano's watch in the past 8 years will be surprised that encomiums are pouring in from some of the venerated sons and daughters of the state. It is a known fact that Governor Obiano has left indelible marks in different areas of the state. However, Obiano's extraordinary vision seems to have manifested most in the construction of the increasingly famous Anambra International Cargo and Passenger Airport Umueri and the 10,000 capacity International Conference Center Oka. These legacy projects have become iconic and the most visible monuments of the Obiano years in office.
That is a deserving legacy project. I like your style. When you give something, give the best and oldest. May God bless you for that. And may God put all those structures for use and for the benefit of Anambra. In Jesus' name.
The Anambra and friends of Anambra State have continued to marvel at the sheer audacity of the projects and their immense capacity to generate revenue, especially as Nigeria navigates a new footpath to a post-oil economy.
When you see a good work, you commend it. I want to commend you, my governor, to say that I'm proud of this project is an understatement. I'm truly very proud of this project. And I want to say that, of course, for any viable business to move on, thrive in any state, aviation is very critical. And I believe that this is a very, very viable project and is a legacy project. So I commend you, I commend your government, but let me particularly commend the Commissioner for Works.
Indeed, the reactions of some of Anambra's most influential sons and daughters have been overwhelming.
This is massive. One fun I'm having today is that I'm just happy about the project. The speed with which this job is being prosecuted shows that the governor means very well for us.
In a recent tour of Governor Obiano's legacy projects, a prominent and thoroughly accomplished citizen who is a former Secretary General of the Commonwealth of Nations, Chief Emeka Anyoku, could not hold back his views on the deeper meaning of Obiano's legacy projects. Chief Anyoku lauded Obiano for his vision and the astuteness he demonstrated to bring it to pass.
What a magnificent legacy. And to hear that Governor Obiano built this without borrowing a kobo from anybody is truly phenomenal. It does go to show how efficiently he has deployed the resources of the state. I cannot recall of any government who has deployed the resources of the state in as efficient and a manageable manner as Governor Obiano has.
However, one of the most powerful public figures to commend Obiano's legacy projects is Edward Callon, the United Nations Resident Coordinator and Humanitarian Coordinator in Nigeria, as well as the Resident Representative of the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, in Nigeria.
There are few accomplishments. We must not keep quiet, but also showcase and give us a scorecard for his achievement. One is infrastructure development with some strategic signature investment. And I went to one of the signature investments today, that is the airport. There's also the stadium, and there's also the International Convention Center. These to me are signature investments of Chief Willie Obiano that will never die.
In all these tributes and encomiums, Governor Willie Obiano shines through as a leader who has earned history's kind appraisal by building monuments that are permanently embedded in the memory of his people. That is the true meaning of legacy. history will be kind to him because he has made history.